Yo, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football, and I'm back again with another video. On today's video, we're going to be discussing Gabriel Jesus. Is he making his return very soon? It seems like it. And also, Eddie Nketiah has picked up an injury. Sincere apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Audio was playing in the background. I don't know why that happened, but let's repeat that again. So Eddie Nketiah, it picked up an injury. We're going to talk about him. We're going to also talk about this game coming up against Bournemouth, and we're going to go through some of our lineups, what lineups we want to play. Let me know right now. Would you guys make any changes to your Arsenal lineups going into this next game versus Bournemouth? Because for me, I want to make some rotation. I don't think Arteta's going to pick the same team he picked in the last game, simply because I think Partey is going to start this game no matter what. And last game, he came off the bench. Also, we got to talk about Emile Smith-Rowe. Emile Smith-Rowe came back. Reiss Nelson's back. Our team is almost fully fit, guys. Only people who are injured at this moment in time are Eddie Nketiah, Jesus, and Elneny. And in a couple weeks' time, it could only be Elneny is the only injury we have in this team. Also, let me know what your score predictions are going to be versus Bournemouth in the comment section right now. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you haven't already, if you don't already know, this is Eagle Talks Football. My name's Eagle. Welcome to the channel, and let's get this show started. You already know what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started. How you guys doing? Eddie Nketiah, yes, he is injured, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, news has come out that Eddie Nketiah has picked up an injury. And yes, I thought you guys already knew, but apparently you guys don't know. So I'm going to now let you guys know what's going on with Eddie Nketiah's injury. It seems like he's picked up an injury, and I found out earlier today myself. I didn't know before, but he picked up an injury and is apparently going to miss the game versus Bournemouth. There's concerns over his injury, and let me just show you guys where the reports are coming from at this moment in time. Now, our good friends over at Football London have also reported this. So Eddie Nketiah concerns for tomorrow, as there is a worry that he's going to miss the game. So tomorrow, there's concerns that Eddie Nketiah is going to miss the game. Rumor has it that Arsenal striker Eddie Nketiah is guaranteed to miss due to injury. Eddie Nketiah has picked up an injury. Now, what is that injury, you guys might ask? Let me show you guys what that injury is. Where is it? There's so many things that I like, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry about that. I like too many things. Here it is. Eddie Nketiah might have a long-term injury, they're saying, and it might be a knee injury. So I'm a little concerned over the injury that Eddie Nketiah might be facing. This is a situation where he could be out for longer than we expected, right? Now, Kia, friend of the show, works at Football London, says that Eddie Nketiah is being assessed ahead of Arsenal's clash with Bournemouth after sustaining an ankle injury, and Mikel Arteta admits he's currently unsure if it will be a long-term problem, extended injury, or not clear at the moment. So at this moment in time, we don't know if Eddie Nketiah's injury is a lot worse than what we first feared. So Eddie Nketiah is a concern for tomorrow. Eddie Nketiah is injured, and at this moment in time, there's no clarity over the extent of the injury. We know that he is out, 110% out versus Bournemouth, and he will not be in the squad, let alone on the bench. So Eddie Nketiah is out, ladies and gentlemen. That is the news. Welcome. How are you? Hope you're doing well. My guy here saying the beard is looking good. Thank you for that. Shout out. Same lineup in the match. Eddie will miss. We got Def to replace him now. No worries. That is true. He came off the bench against Everton. That is true. They thought that the injury was sustained prior to the Everton game, because we did hear rumors and murmurs about a situation where he was injured prior to that. Charles Watts also reporting that we are assessing the situation with him, and also Jorginho. Reports about Jorginho having some sort of illness also, but Jorginho will be fine. Even if he's ill, Jorginho will still be fine. We also have forget about Chelsea, forget about that, forget about all this stuff. Where is the stuff with where is it? You know, when you have, let me stop sharing for a second. Let me just find it, because there's so much stuff that I like. Like sometimes I don't even know what I've liked and what I haven't liked. Where is it? 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 Here it is. This is the first person I've seen report on it, and this person does get it right a lot of times. So I'm just gonna show you guys this one more time. Iga, really like your analyzation. Big up to you, Bubakar Sohan. Really do appreciate that comment right there. Thank you for that comment. Nice comment right there. I love it when you guys do nice comments. I'm always so sick and seeing negative comments, but for once I actually see nice comments, and I appreciate the comments, guys. Iga, you are shining light, my inspiration. Big up to you. Big up to you. Iga, you are better than trash Ligana. Ligana is a fool. Lewis, Ligana does his thing, man. I do my thing. But yeah, Eddie Nketiah has an ankle problem, and Arteta is unsure if he will be back from injury. That is the report at this moment in time. That is what we're hearing. That is what we're finding out as the information goes. He's been playing with an injury, as we already know, but now it's just confirmed that he will be out in the next game. That is a little concerning, to say the least, but I'm not too worried because we now have the cover, and we don't necessarily have to worry too much because we have the cover for Eddie at this moment in time. I'm not too concerned. I would have been concerned prior to January when Jesus was out and we didn't know the status of what was going to happen with Eddie Nketiah, and what was going to happen with our striker situation, our forward situation, if we were going to sign another forward, if we weren't going to sign another forward. These things we didn't really have information on prior to today, but now we have a lot more information. It's looking a lot better, and I'm a lot more happier about the status of the club. We're going to get into Trossard and everything else in a second, but right now, with Eddie Nketiah out, Jesus around the corner, I'm not too concerned. Because guess what? Gabriel Jesus will be back soon, guys. Gabriel Jesus will be back soon. People recalling Balogun. Forget Balogun. He's not, at this moment in time, he's in France. We're not recalling him. We're going to even talk about if we were going to even keep him, because I don't know if we're going to keep him long term. We might see a situation where we sell him. We might. You never know. You never know with Arsenal. We might actually end up selling Balogun in the long run. But for now, let's talk about Jesus' return. Because if you guys don't know, Gabriel Jesus is going to be back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Gabriel Jesus is going to be back. Gabriel Jesus is going to be back. Reports coming out that Arteta's warning fires for Gabriel Jesus could return after 3 months absence. Reports coming out that Arteta's timeline for Jesus. So, you want me to give you a time frame? I don't know. I'm saying far away from obvious, but next 10 days develops. We'll see a better picture. Reports came out over the last couple of days that he was what we were going to think and what we're going to see in regards to Jesus' return. But let me give you another quick little update here. So here's another one. So we have here individual players take more responsibility. Arteta hails Arsenal player development in absence of Gabriel Jesus. He's obviously talking about that, but forget about everything else. Fabrizio Romano gave us an update. Gabriel Jesus is closer to returning, as Mikel Arteta confirms. He's not far. I don't want to give a timeline, but certain things with the team, he's not very close, but he's not far at all. So Mikel Arteta kind of giving us it is what it is kind of speech, saying Gabriel is feeling better every day. The doctors are confident too. I genuinely believe that it's going to be the time frame that they gave us a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago, they gave us the time frame for Jesus to return on the 19th of March. We're going to probably see him on the 19th of March ahead of the Crystal Palace game, or just after the Crystal Palace game, get it into the Fulham game. He's a game or two away. He was never going to make it for the Bournemouth game based on what we were hearing a couple days ago, but this is good news. Iga, was the way what he was on the bench against Leicester when he was dropped was He got injured. He got injured prior to the Leicester game. That's why he was dropped in that game. Yes, Egal, you're the MVP. We were watching you from the football terrace. Always spot on. Big up to you, my guy. Big up to you right there. Egal, where's the darkness when you bring the light? This radio. Yo, you guys are too funny. You guys are honestly way too funny today. What is going on? What is going on? You guys are bringing the heat. You guys are bringing the heat today with the comments. But before we go any further, make sure you guys do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. I just want to tell you guys, Reiss Nelson is also fully back in training. Reiss Nelson is also fully back in training. If you didn't already know, now get to know. Reiss Nelson is back in training. He's no longer injured. He's back, and he will be most likely featuring in the Europa League game. I don't see Reiss featuring against Bournemouth at home. Maybe to sub off Saka, that's it. But Reiss Nelson is back from injury, and that is another player who's back from injury. As we know, Mohamed Elneny is the only player who has a long-term injury currently in the club. Reiss Nelson also returning means we're gonna almost have a fully fit squad besides Elneny in the foreseeable future. That is good news. That is really good news. Reiss, who? You forgot about Reiss? I forgot Reiss is still a gooner. You know what? Yeah, man. A lot of people seem to have forgotten about Reiss Nelson, but he is still a gooner and he's still going strong. He's not going anywhere. Mohamed Elneny is doing his thing also. Shout out Mohamed Elneny. But yeah, Mikel Arteta just giving us a little hint on Gabriel Jesus' future at the club and what's going to happen with Gabriel Jesus. Also, if you guys didn't know, there was rumors that Jorginho is ill. There's rumors that Jorginho is ill, but I'm not too particularly concerned about illnesses because I think even with an illness, I think he'll be okay to play in the next game. So yeah, just to give you guys this latest on Jorginho's illness, ready to go. He is ready to go, even though he picked up a small illness before the game. It's probably a cough, probably a thing. But yeah, Arteta on Jorginho's recovery from his illness. He's fine. His illness, he was suffering, but to be fair, he has great effort and shift in the first half against Everton, and we decided to take him off, but he's fit now. You know what? So he played that Everton game slightly ill. Interesting. They played him even though he was slightly ill in that Everton game. Interesting. Could explain that wasn't sharp we've seen. Yeah, that fully explains why he wasn't as good as what we've seen in the last couple games, but it now makes sense. It all makes sense now that Gabriel why Partey came on and why he wasn't as good in the previous game. Jorginho was slightly ill. That makes a lot of sense, to be fair. That makes a lot of sense, to be fair, in why everything played out the way that it did. And I fully agree with you, Ram. Your comment right there was fully spot on. Spot on comment right there. Now, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here, ladies and gentlemen? Because there was a lot of stuff that we were hearing. We were hearing a lot of stuff. And you know what? I don't only tweet about Arsenal, obviously. I tweet about other stuff too. So that's why I'm sure I'm kind of skipping past some of the other things. So we can strictly speak on Arsenal topics. Now, do you guys want to get straight into the transfer news first, or do you guys want to talk about the other stuff? Because there's a lot of other stuff also. There's some crazy transfer stories though. But before we go into transfer stories, let's get into Saliba's contract quickly. Saliba's contract. We got some news. Big up to everyone from Never a Foul. Shout out to the people, all the people joining right now from Never a Foul, and all the people joining from the other channels. Really do appreciate all the love, people. Shout out to you guys wherever you're coming from to jump on the stream right now. We just jumped up to 70 people in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button. Please read my comment. Let me see your comment. Wipe your feet before you come in and smack the like button. I like that. You know what? I'm gonna make you the pinned comment. I'm gonna pin your comment right there. I'm gonna pin your comment, my guy. You deserve that. Big up yourself, Cam. Big up yourself, Cam. Gabriel Jesus will return for the Fulham game. Most likely, that's the game he's gonna return in. But let's just get into Saliba's contract situation. Fabrizio Romano on Saliba's contract situation. I think this was something that I wanted to highlight that Fabrizio Romano spoke about on his stream. He said Saliba wants to stay at Arsenal and is prepared to give him the information for a long-term contract. He still will have a decision to make, and it will be a lengthy deal. The salary and more details, obviously, to discuss, but it's very positive at this moment in time. I'm not worried about Saliba's contract, guys. I'm not worried about Saliba's contract. Saka's contract has also already been put to pen to paper. We're just waiting. We're just waiting at this moment in time. So watch this space. My guy saying next up. You guys next up. Watch this space. Big up Cam in the chat, my guy. Big up Cam every single time. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're not worried about Saliba's contract at all. Everyone knows Saliba's contract is pretty much done and dusted. Saka's contract, we heard about the news for Saka's contract last time when we seen reports about Saka's contract that his thing is already sorted out. So we're not really too concerned about that. According to reports, we know how much Saka is going to earn and everything else with Saka's contract. Let me just show you guys this right here. Saka's contract is now going to be a 5-year deal, 20K a week. We know that he's already agreed the deal. It was announced by David Ornstein and everybody else just a couple of weeks ago. So we're just now waiting for the next stages of these things to progress, right? So yeah, enough about that. Let me show you guys. Let's get into the transfer news now. Time to talk about Arsenal transfer news, in and outs. Like, you guys don't even know. In the last 48 hours, the kind of madness that you guys have missed that I haven't spoken about yet is crazy. Like, when I say crazy, I mean crazy. The transfer news that I've been seeing, oh my days, there's so much madness. I'm hearing about Leão to Arsenal. I'm hearing about Caicedo to Arsenal. I'm hearing about Declan Reiss to Arsenal. I'm hearing about Emile Smith-Rowe being sold. What is going on? Balogun being sold. I'm hearing all these rumors. I'm even hearing about a Fulham player scoring a goal and then the next day us being linked to him. Like, I'm just going to start by saying everything that I show you on the screen, let me know if you think it's BS or if you think it's real. Because there's a lot of BS going around. For example, I'm going to show you guys the BS first. I'm going to show you one that's fully BS because this don't make sense. Like, sometimes when you see certain news, you should just be like, you know what? I'll pass on that because there's no legs to those stories. This is the first one. This is the first BS story of the day. I don't honestly get. You score a goal for Fulham in the FA Cup. Next thing you know, you're linked to Arsenal. Now, Fulham's Myron Solomon, if you guys don't know, is an Israeli footballer, and with some of the stuff going on in his home country, there's rumors that some of the players at the Arsenal club would not be so welcoming to him joining Arsenal. That is the rumor. Reportedly, it's political. For political reasons, they didn't want to bring him to the club because they felt like he would disrupt the club. And you know what? If that's the case, I fully support the decision of not bringing him into the club. Not getting into the politics myself, but sometimes politics can completely make it so players don't join clubs. And with Mohamed Al-Nani at the club and some other Muslim players at the club, I just don't think he would ever have joined the club at that moment in time. But at this moment in time, these links to this player, absolute BS. I don't believe it. And he can score a screamer as many times as he wants, but I don't think the move to Arsenal for him will be happening. I know he's 23 years old. He's still quite young, but Tottenham or Barcelona and all these other clubs being linked to him, I think it's just his PR team doing his stuff. I think it's his PR team doing these things, and I don't believe any of these rumors. It sounds like a bunch of BS, and personally, in my opinion. It sounds impressive. What is the point of transfer rumors in March? You know what? Sometimes there is a point in these transfer rumors. Sometimes there is. Sometimes these rumors are BS and there's no point in them. But then there's rumors that actually make sense that you need to discuss, like Declan Rice and Caicedo. Those are rumors that I believe. Those are rumors that now I can fully like get behind and be like, yo, I actually could see that happening. I could see something coming from this. Now, let me just show you guys some of these rumors, because some of these rumors make a lot of sense. Declan Rice, Moises Caicedo are two players that we have been linked to in the January window, and we know we might be willing to actually pay money for these guys. So let me just go to this one. This one I actually believe is real news because it's coming from reliable sources. Greg Jacobs, Ben Jacobs, all these major sources reporting on this Moises Caicedo news and Declan Rice news. It's not a coincidence. We're even hearing more stuff about possibility of Arsenal and Chelsea fighting for Moises Caicedo in the summer. We know how that's going to end out. If we try fighting with Chelsea for a player, they're going to end up just bidding ridiculous money, paying another 35 million pounds on top of a player that didn't even want to join them. But let's talk about Moises Caicedo and Declan Rice. Reports are that Arsenal are obviously the leaders to sign Declan Rice, and I think that deal is pretty close to even happening, but it's just once the window opens, it's going to happen, not right now. And then you have Arteta is planning an overhaul over the squad to sign at least 4 players in the summer, and issues with the Champions League income potentially coming in. Arsenal are confident of beating Chelsea for Declan Rice, who may cost 80 million and could even revisit interest in Moises Caicedo. Now, personally, for me, I think this is a great idea. I think this is a great idea. I think this is something that we should be doing. And I think forget about who you prefer, Declan Rice or Caicedo. Let's get both. Let's get both. Let's get both of them. Drop that money down, wash on the table, and let's get both of them. Let's get both of them. Eagle, Tom Canton, friend of the show, said on his podcast that Caicedo is just signed a new deal with Bournemouth. Is that true? Let me see. I think I seen an article from Sam Hill on Football London where they're talking about Caicedo signing a new deal. Did he sign a new deal? 1 second. Caicedo, new contract. Let's see. Oh, wow. It happened an hour ago. An hour ago. Damn. Moises Caicedo signs a new long-term contract with Brighton. It's official. He did this back in February. No, this is last year. What am I talking about? You tricked me. You tricked me. That won't. That you tricked me there. I thought that was this year. Let me see if there's any news to this. Moises Caicedo. Oh shit, you might be right. You might be right, my friend. You might be right. Moises Caicedo, new contract about an hour ago. An hour ago, they announced it. An hour ago. No way. I can't believe it. Just an hour ago. What a move. He actually signed a new long-term contract. After putting out a whole letter saying he wants to leave. What the hell? I think that's what? Why? Is it to extend so he gets more money in the short term and then he can still leave in the summer? Maybe it's a pay rise. Fabrizio Romano even tweeted it. I'm going to find Fabrizio Romano's tweet. Let me find Fabrizio Romano's tweet. Shit. Is this a good thing or is it a bad thing? A good thing or a bad thing? Let me know in the comments right now. Is it a good thing or a bad thing that he signed a new contract? I honestly don't know. I feel like it's a bad thing. I feel like now it's going to cost us more to get him. I don't know I think it's a bad thing. I think this is bad news. I think that's bad news. I don't know how to feel about it right now. I honestly don't know how to feel about this. Sometimes all I think about is you. If you signed in January, imagine if we signed him in January. Let me know, guys. Bad for money now. Yeah. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Moises Caicedo signed a new long-term contract with Brighton. I don't know what to say, guys. I honestly was shocked. Official, Moises Caicedo has signed a new long-term contract with Brighton, valid until 2027, option for a further season, including significant pay rise. Brighton turned down 50 million and 70 million from Arsenal last January. This is now bad news for Arsenal, in my opinion. This means the player will now cost upwards of 100+ million. Moises Caicedo signing a new deal for Brighton is not good news for Arsenal, in my opinion. Moises Caicedo signing a new deal for Brighton just means it will now cost us much more to get him. I personally think this is terrible news for Arsenal. But in the other breath, you got to look at it this way: Moises Caicedo signing a new long-term deal with Brighton Hove Albion just means that he still might have the ambitions of leaving Brighton, but in the short term, he's getting a pay rise. He's covering himself, because don't forget, the man said he has 20 siblings. Now, I'm not even bantering. The guy fully said he has 20 siblings. He needs to feed those guys. He needs to feed his siblings. He needs to feed his family. The guy needs to feed his family. So big up on Moises Caicedo. He's getting his money, but in the short term, do you guys think this is bad news for Arsenal? Do you guys think this is good news or bad news for whatever club you support? Because I don't even know what to say. Shit, man. I'm quite upset. I personally thought we could get both, but now it's just going to mean we better hope that Declan Rice don't sign a new contract, man. We better hope. Oh, man. Arsenal targets, man. They always get their money. These clubs always get their money. Arsenal January target. Moises Caicedo signed a new deal, and it just means now it's going to cost us upwards of 50 million to try to get him over the line. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about. It's gonna be like 50 million plus now to get him over the line. That's what I was concerned about, because I was thinking that's what the situation was gonna be. But yeah, enough about that. Kieran Tierney now. Reports coming out about Kieran Tierney, guys. Reports coming out about Kieran Tierney. This report about Kieran Tierney is very valid, because what I'm hearing about Kieran Tierney is that the situation with him is quite interesting. He could be leaving the club. He deleted his Instagram post yesterday. So something behind the scenes is happening. Interesting, PG. Interesting. PG makes a good point there. He deleted his Instagram. I didn't know that. Relax. He's probably not even looking at Caicedo in the summer. You know what, James Bond? You're right. James Bond, you're right. But this right here, I want to ask you guys, what are we going to do about Kieran Tierney? What are we going to do about Kieran Tierney, guys? What are you going to do about Kieran Tierney? Because I'm not going to lie to you guys. I want to know, do you guys sell or keep Kieran Tierney? I personally think he's the kind of player who wants to leave just to get game time. He doesn't care if he's stepping down in competition, especially if he wins the Premier League. I don't think he really cares. I don't think he really cares. I don't think he gives a shit. I think Kieran Tierney is the kind of player where he would go to Newcastle and he would absolutely kill it. He would go to a Newcastle and be like one of their best players, right? So let me just show you guys what the rumors at this moment in time are. So there's quite a bit rumors. There's rumors that people would, forget about that. Forget about if. At this moment in time, let me just show you guys the serious ones, right? So reports are that on the 28th, we spoke about the fact that we might not sell Kieran Tierney. Then we also spoke about some people saying they don't want to give up on him. There's people talking about how much they love the guy. But the main thing is the 25 million to recoup for Kieran Tierney is what we're looking at for price. And some people are even saying, what do we do? Should we bring back Nuno? Now, here's my take on it. Kieran Tierney is no longer the number 2 to Zinchenko. The number 2 to Zinchenko, if you guys don't know, is Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu is the number 2 to Zinchenko. So Kieran Tierney is most likely going to be sold, and he might be sold to Newcastle. That is what I'm hearing. Newcastle is the club that is serious about him, and they might be willing to spend a lot of money. Now, I don't know how I feel about that, but Arsenal are willing to listen to offers for Kieran Tierney, and at this moment in time, that is the situation. Arsenal are willing to listen to offers for Kieran Tierney. Newcastle are the number 1 front runners to try to get him, and between 25 to 30 million. That's what the rumors are saying right now. That's what the rumors are saying, between 25 to 30 million. And I could even see him in a Newcastle kit. But do we want to sell him to another Premier League club? Do we want to sell him? Do you guys want to see Kieran Tierney in Newcastle colors? Selling Newcastle honestly doesn't make sense, M says. In my opinion, M, if he's not playing, it shows that we're ruthless. It shows that we're kind of ruthless and we're willing to get rid of him. It shows that we're ruthless at this moment in time, and we're not serious about keeping him. Because I think if Newcastle were to buy him, he would be playing there for years to come, because he's going to start week in, week out. At Arsenal at this moment in time, the ball doesn't stick to his feet. He's not a player who plays with his feet. It seems like, okay, let's be honest. We all love Kieran Tierney. But if you guys want, okay, I'm going to do a poll. Kieran Tierney, sell or keep? KT. Sell, keep. I'm going to do a poll. Let me know in the poll. Do we sell or do we keep Kieran Tierney? Do we sell or do we keep Kieran Tierney? Let me know in the chat. This is my case. Personally, for me, I sell Kieran Tierney. Reason being, I think he doesn't want to stay and be a bit part player. He wants to play week in, week out. And when he's not playing, he's not confident. As much as we think Kieran Tierney is not a confidence player, he is a confidence player. He needs to play week in, week out. Zinchenko, we've seen what kind of player Arteta wants. He wants somebody who can cut in and play in those half spaces and not just be out wide and whip it in. I love Kieran Tierney, but whenever he's on the ball, he seems like he wants to get rid of it as fast as possible. Like it's hot potato. Boom! He wants to get rid of that ball. He's more acclimatized to Everton and a Newcastle than he is an Arsenal at this moment in time. And that's not making fun of the quality of a player. He's a leader. He has the intangibles. He's a fan favorite. He got us through the worst times. But the reality of the situation is, the way Mikel Arteta wants to play, he doesn't suit it. Tomiyasu at left back is a better backup left back at this moment in time than Kieran Tierney is for Arsenal, based on the way that we play. And that's just a harsh reality. Now, with that being said, now don't come and say, oh, then we have Nuno. Nuno can play that. Nuno's worse. If we get rid of Kieran Tierney and we bring back Nuno, you think Nuno's going to play? If Kieran Tierney can't get a game, you think the guy who's basically actually a left winger is going to play? Nah. I seen this going around. How you doing, Tamia? I'm doing good. Nah, Nuno's crap. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Let me know. I would rather sell both of them. If you gave me the choice of keeping Kieran Tierney or selling Kieran Tierney, but you have to play with Nuno, I would rather keep Kieran Tierney, obviously, right? But if you're telling me you can sell both of them or keep both of them, I would sell both of them. Nuno's price is never going to be so high. Nuno's, at this moment in time, you have to sell Nuno. Oh, shit, the poll right now is only 24 of you guys voted. More of you guys need to vote. And also hit that like button. Hit that like button right now. But yeah, enough about that now. Enough about that. Let me show you guys what's next. Let me show you guys what's next. Because the future is uncomfortable conversations. A lot of uncomfortable conversations are being had. With Arsenal players that you guys don't even know about. Lokonga, they're saying he might go. Kieran Tierney, they're saying he might go. Balogun, they're saying he might go. Emile Smith Rowe, They're saying he might go. They're looking to sell everyone. I'm sorry for yelling. Arsenal are likely offloading Lokonga, Nuno in the summer. Arteta is facing decisions over Emile Smith-Rowe and Balogun. Unlikely that Balogun returns to the club as third choice behind Eddie and Nketiah. They could sell Lokonga. They could sell Nuno. They are considering selling Emile Smith-Rowe. They're considering selling Balogun, but Balogun has made it clear it's either me or Eddie Nketiah. Wow. Explosive. This is explosive. This is massive news. How are more people not talking about this? I'm actually shocked that the Arsenal community have not been like, what the hell is going on? How dare you say you're going to sell Emile Smith-Rowe? There's people who are actually saying, you know what? I would consider selling Smith-Rowe. As much as people are ready to sell Balogun or Eddie, there's people out there who are ready to sell Smith-Rowe. This is crazy to me. This paragraph right here, this part right here, shocking. If he can't stay fit, that's ruthless. That's what we'd ask for. But in the same breath, it's like, wow, Arsenal to offload Lokonga. I know that's gonna happen. That makes sense. Get rid of Lokonga. We don't want him anyways. He doesn't play well. He doesn't do much. He's young. He has a bright future maybe, but not here. But what? Emile Smith-Rowe? Really? I know Nuno Tavares was gonna go, but Emile Smith-Rowe? Balogun? What? I'm shocked. Should I be shocked? Maybe not. Should I really be surprised? Probably not. But the fact that we're being this ruthless, guys, we're in a new era. We're in a new era. We're in a new era. It's no longer Mr. Nice Guy. We are in an absolutely new era. This is new Arsenal. In order to cut the mustard, you're going to have to be ruthless. And what Mr. Price right here, Reggie Price, you want ruthless? This is what ruthless is about. You're right. You're right. You're right. It's emotional, but you're right. Emile Smith-Rowe might have to go. Emile Smith-Rowe might have to go. Damn. I got attached to players like Emile Smith-Rowe. He's part of the rebuild. Damn. I know. Bro, it hurts. Damn. I can't believe it. We might actually sell Smith-Rowe. Bro, I'm actually emotional right now. I don't want to see Smith-Rowe sold. I hope he does well in the second half of the season and we keep him. But at this moment in time, it seems like the club is looking like, yo, they're looking at players. They're saying you need to fix up. Ruthless can often be done, but this ain't harsh though. And come to regret it. Bro, we might regret it. Let me know, guys. I hope he stays. I hope he stays. I hope he stays. I don't want to see him go. But you know what? In the same breath, when we're talking about Balogun and we're talking about Balogun or Eddie or Balogun, I need to know what you guys think about that. Eddie or Balogun? People in the chat, let me know. Eddie or Balogun? Because this is now a situation where it's going to become Eddie or Balogun. It's going to be a situation where it becomes Eddie or Balogun. It's going to be a situation where it becomes about Eddie or Balogun. And I want to know what you guys think about that one. What do you guys think about that situation? Who do you think is going to stay in that situation? Who do you think is the better player? Who do you think is the player we should be keeping around the club? Because we're going to have a choice. We're going to have to start making choices like this. We're going to have to start making choices like this, and it's difficult choices like this that is going to shape the club for the future. This is the kind of stuff that's going to shape the club for the future. Ahmed, Tamina, I've been mentioning Arsenal news the whole time. People saying Balogun. I want to know, and I need to know what you guys think. Let me know your answers. Let me know your answers. Is it Eddie Nketiah or is it Balogun? Eddie Nketiah or Balogun? If you had to keep one, who are you keeping? Who are you keeping? Let me know. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, this is another situation where I'm going with the unpopular opinion here. The unpopular opinion is I am selling Balogun. I am selling Balogun because he's playing in the French league. I don't know how it's going to translate in the Premier League. He is still physically weaker than Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah was able to produce at the back end of last season. Balogun was still in and around the squad at the beginning of last season, and he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. Now, I'm not here making fun of Balogun. I'm not here saying he's not a good prospect. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I'm not saying he's not going to potentially do good in the future. All I'm simply saying is we have a choice. We're at a crossroad. We need to make decisions. What decision are we going to make? Are we going to stick or are we going to twist with Eddie Nketiah or Balogun? And who are we going to keep? Because we might not be able to keep both of them. That's the reality. That's the reality. That's the reality. Arsenal fans have to ask themselves. The question is, Arsenal fans, who do you sell? Who do you sell from Fulham Balogun or Eddie Nketiah? Question mark. You can't keep if you can't keep both. Because I don't think it might be smart. I don't think it's smart to keep both. Let me know. I need. I'm still trying to. Stan Kroenke saying sell both. That's it. That's the owner. He's saying sell both. They're both sold. Stan Kroenke made his decision. Stan Kroenke has made the decision. Stan Kroenke has made the decision easier for us, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have to worry. James Bond saying Balogun will suck. Will suck? Is that what you're saying? He'll suck? I need to know what you guys are saying. Come on, more people. Stan the man. John is saying still keep Balogun. You're keeping Balogun. Okay. Okay. Keeping Balogun. Iga wants Balogun getting games back like Eddie Nketiah has for us. I don't know, man. Keep Balogun. The thing is, Balogun's a different player. And the French league is completely different levels. The French league is completely different levels. Like, I get it. You guys want to keep some faith, but like, let me know. Let me know. I think this is going to be a tough question, and we're going to be asking this to ourselves probably all year. We're going to probably ask ourselves this all year. That's the reality. We're going to probably be asking this all year. That's the reality. So what I'm going to do is, if you guys also follow me on Twitter, as we're live, whenever I have questions or anything, I kind of just post questions similarly on my Twitter throughout the days. So make sure you do check out my Twitter account, as the link to the name of my Twitter is there. And I also do stuff on TikTok also. So you guys can check that out also. Right. But getting back to the conversation, getting back to the conversation at hand. Now, getting back to the conversation at hand, ladies and gentlemen. We know Eddie Nketiah is injured. We know we got a game against Bournemouth now. We know we got to talk about that game. But before we talk about the game, there's two more little pieces of transfer news that we need to talk about. Two more little things that we need to discuss. And we're linked to some more players. Some of these players, they don't make sense. Some of these players, we're never actually going to ever sign them. Some of these players, these links don't make sense. But just stick with me. Rafael Leão. How much do you guys think he would cost? Honestly. 100, 120, 130, 150? How much do you think he would cost? Do you think it would make sense for Arsenal to go and sign a Rafael Leão? Do you think it would make sense for us to go and drop money on a Rafael Leão? Do you think it would make sense for us to go and get a guy like Rafael Leão at this moment in time in his career? I think he's a quality player. I love the guy, but I don't know. I don't think we're being serious as Arsenal fans when we say we should go get Rafael Leão. Where does he fit in the squad? Where? That's the questions you have to ask yourself. Where does he fit in the squad? Would he come in and would he play right away? Is he somebody that you think would benefit us? People saying 80 million, people saying 50 million. I think that's crazy. 100 million plus Balogun should be enough. I don't know. 100 million plus Balogun might be enough. Or they might say they want more than that. Now, I like Rafael Leão as a player, but if we know anything, the Premier League tax is heavy. And these players are going to go for ridiculous prices. And I don't know if we're willing to spend the type of money that people are saying on a Rafael Leão. I like Rafael Leão. I think he's a quality player, but I don't know if we're going to spend that type of money on Rafael Leão. I don't think Rafael Leão to Arsenal is actually a thing. But when he starts twerking for Arsenal, like Mudryk was, when you got players twerking for Arsenal like Mudryk was, it kind of makes you think there might be a possibility. It kind of makes you think there might be a chance. But I don't know. Tamia saying we've been linked to Rashford for free. We're not getting Rashford. Ladies and gentlemen. We're not getting Rashford. And we got a better player than Rashford right now in our squad, Bukayo Saka. We got a better player than Bukayo Saka. We got a better player in Bukayo Saka right now in our team. We don't really got to worry. We got a better player in Bukayo Saka in our team right now. We don't really got to worry. Now, I'm just going to show you guys some quick things quickly. And first of all, big up to 118 people in the chat. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Big up to all you guys. I like doing these videos with people on, but I guess you guys enjoy the videos more when it's just me and you in the chat. We got Kieran here. Also, you guys can become channel members. It's literally £1 to become a channel member. So yeah, Rashford and Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka has less goals. He has 6 more assists. He's created over 54 chances. He's dribbled past 42 times, and he's taken 62 shots with a rating of 7.46 to Rashford 7.41. So just goes to show you that Bukayo Saka statistically this season has been better than Marcus Rashford. Now, I know I'm not here to trigger Man United fans because this is an Arsenal channel and we're talking about Arsenal. But yeah, the stats don't lie. Bukayo Saka is currently having a good season. Rashford is having a really good season on all competitions, and he's outscoring Bukayo Saka significantly. But that's it. He's not really head and shoulders above Bukayo Saka. I think Bukayo Saka is the better all-around player than Marcus Rashford is. But yeah, enough about that. Also, fans are just going to be still saying Arsenal's going to fall off a tree, elephant off the tree, blah, 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 every single day. Now, this don't make sense. The Brazil national team is out and no Gabriel Magalhães. No Gabriel Martinelli. Is this an Edu masterclass? How are none of them getting selected? No Martinelli or Gabriel Magalhães in the Brazil national team. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not too concerned. I don't really give a shit about the Brazil national team, but neither of them getting selected just gives me a hint. Just gives me a hint. It tells me that it gives me vibes that, oh, you know what? That they are not serious, this Brazil national team. Or it could be an Edu masterclass. It could be an Edu masterclass. Maybe Edu told them, you know what? Let's not put any of our players in that team. Just don't put them in. Maybe. But it is what it is. They weren't selected to the team. I'm not going to cry about it. It is what it is. Big up to Smith Rowe being back in the team. And you know what? The Arsenal team seemed very happy. Look at this. You got Zinchenko moving mad in training. Guys taking swag, 50, swag. Don't bring us back to those days. Those days were terrible. The 50, swag, Aubameyang. Travis Scott is in the building. Them days. Those days were crazy. These guys just seem happy. Those days we used to do madness in the dressing room. Now they're just happy. They have a different aura. About that. They have a different aura. The squad, they're very happy. Salam alaikum, salam all. Big up Terence Tibbs. Salam alaikum to you. Hope you're doing well. Terence Tibbs. Big up to you, Terence Tibbs. But yeah, let me just go to the next news, by the way. And also, who said it's lonely at the top? Because we're doing some good stuff. Oh, by the way, they're trying to introduce the FIFA's going to introduce the World Cup clocks. I don't know if that's going to work. I honestly don't believe that's going to work. If they introduce that World Cup clocks thing, Everton versus Newcastle is going to be like 50 minutes long on top of the 90 minutes. So you're going to have 190-minute games if you try to do this. This will never happen in the Premier League. I think this will be a disaster waiting to happen because we know how much time wasting is in the Premier League. Imagine if they brought this World Cup clock into the Premier League. I think this will absolutely not end time wasting. I think this they're going to try to end time wasting. Nah, this is not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I think it's just gonna cause more problems. I think it's just gonna mean that we're gonna have much longer games. Newcastle, allow it, bro. Yo, it's not Newcastle slander, Myers. It's literally, you guys know, if Newcastle versus Everton and they add the clock, you guys are gonna have extra 30 minutes for just the amount of time that the ball is not in play. Because Pickford's going to be jumping on the ball for them. You're going to have Newcastle players kicking it out of play. It's not – I'm not making fun of the style of your play. It's just that's what you guys do. You guys do waste time. You guys do waste time. And it's a strategy. It's a strategy that you guys implement. But if you guys waste time with the new time wasting thing, it might not work. It might not work. But yeah. Now let's go to – let's now go to the next step. The next thing we're going to talk about is now the actual everything, the Bournemouth game. Let's talk about the actual Bournemouth game. Enough about everything else. Let's get into the Bournemouth game. The Bournemouth game, I want to know, do you guys think we make changes? This is the lineup right now that they have for the Bournemouth game. This is the lineup they have for the Bournemouth game. Let's go, 51 minutes. Woo! Bro, we spent the whole video talking about transfers. Damn. We spent the whole video talking about transfers. Sorry, guys. We had so much to talk about with transfers that I'm just getting to the Bournemouth game now. Crazy to think that much talking about transfers. This is the team. This is the team that they're saying Arsenal's going to go with. This team has one change. Partey. That's it. Now, let me know if you agree with my team, because my team would have two changes to this. I would drop Xhaka. Sorry, rest Xhaka, not drop him, for Tomiyasu. No, what am I talking about? Tomiyasu for? Am I moving mad? What's wrong with me? I need to drink water or something? Tomiyasu for Xhaka? What am I talking about? I meant Tomiyasu for Ben White. Tomiyasu for Ben White. That's what I meant. My apologies. Tomiyasu for Ben White and Fabio Vieira for Xhaka. That is what I meant to say. My apologies. Fabio Vieira for Xhaka, Tomiyasu for Ben White. That is my change to the lineup. What would you guys change? Let me know what you would change in the Arsenal lineup. Would you go for a fully rotated side and go with Fabio Vieira and potentially what do you call it? Granit Xhaka for Fabio Vieira for Granit Xhaka and Tomiyasu for Ben White and Partey for Jorginho? Or would you keep it as it is right now and just go with this team? Because this is the predicted team. This is the predicted team, right? This is the team that they probably predict will be the 11. You're not going to see Reiss Nelson. You're not going to see Emile Smith-Rowe. You're not going to see KVR. You're not going to see Rob Holding. You're not going to see Jesus back because he's not fit. You're not going to see any of those other changes. So at this moment in time, that is the situation. So my question to everyone in the comment section is, would you rotate? So would you make some rotations or would you keep the same team? Okay. Let's see what some of you guys have said. Let's see what you got. Someone said 3. No, we're not on the score yet. Someone said I'd make 5 changes. 5 changes? That's crazy, bro. Let me know. Smith-Rowe maybe? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think Smith-Rowe's coming in yet. I don't want to see Rob Holding. I don't know. I don't think Rob Holding's ever going to be starting in the Premier League. I don't think you have anything to worry about there. I honestly don't believe you have anything to worry about there. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Any rotations you'd make to the team. My score prediction is actually going to be 3-0 also. I've gone with a 3-0 score prediction myself. I fully agree with that score prediction. I think that's spot on. I think Arsenal 3-0 to the Arsenal makes sense. I think that's probably what's going to happen in this game. And let's be honest, Bournemouth are not that good. Bournemouth are not that good. And they're coming to our house. We beat them 3-0 at their ground. What's the chances we beat them again convincingly? I think it's pretty high. I think we have pretty good odds of beating them again convincingly. I think we have pretty good chance of beating them again convincingly. I'm not too concerned over Bournemouth's form headed into this game also, because Bournemouth's form has been wavery. They picked up one win in their last 5, so that gives you a little bit more confidence. Their recent form, Bournemouth's recent form, gives me a little bit more confidence going into the game. We know Arsenal's record versus Bournemouth. We tend to beat Bournemouth. The only time we lost to Bournemouth, if you guys remember, was when we were in our banter era, and we lost 2-1 that day. That day, the team that played, just to give you guys a bad memory, it was away from home, and it was a madness. That team had Rob Holding, Mustafi, Callum Chambers, Bellerin, Jack Wilshere, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Iwobi, Welbeck. What was Arsene Wenger? What was Steve Bold cooking that day? Steve Bold was the coach. What was Steve Bold cooking that day? What was Steve Bold cooking that day? That day was madness. That day was a madness. But yeah, enough about that. Scoreline 3-0 versus Bournemouth. We're going to beat Bournemouth. We're going to go into this game. We're going to show them who's boss. We're going to be convincing. We're going to implement our style. Make sure no matter what, home or away, we show that we control the game, have the ball in our possession. We're going to be the dominant team. I honestly do believe we're going to pepper Bournemouth's goal for 90 minutes, and it's going to be similar to the Nottingham Forest scoreline where we beat them 5-0. This time, maybe it's going to just be between 3 to 5-0. I honestly don't think Bournemouth have a chance. The only way Bournemouth could beat us is if they set up with a really, really low block and they counterattack and they get a lucky goal, and somehow we don't score. But now with Trossard and Jorginho, we are back in form. We're back scoring goals, and we got to give Trossard and Jorginho a quick shout out. Because let's give some appreciation. People in the chat, throw a round of applause for Trossard and Jorginho, because these guys have come into this Arsenal team and they have been absolutely spotless since coming into this team. They've joined this team and they've made a big difference. For 27 million and 12 million, the two signings have been fantastic signings. And I just want to give some praise to these two guys, because they're absolutely doing amazing things. People in the chat, let me know your score predictions before we head out. Give some praise to Jorginho and Trossard also in the chat. I think these guys deserve our praise. And the business we did in January, some good business we did in January. To say the least. Really good business that we did in January, to say the least. Shout out to all the people watching. Honestly, love and respect. People saying 5-0, 8-0, 7-0, 6-0. 4-0, 2-0. Let me know your score predictions in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, as we leave. People saying 10-0, 5-0. Let me know your score predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your score predictions. I want to know your score predictions. I honestly do believe we are going to destroy them. I honestly do believe we're going to destroy them. 3-0, 1-0. Let me just paint you guys the picture. You have a situation where Trossard, Saka, and Thing are rotating, are interchanging. You have Fabio Vieira potentially or Odegaard in behind. You have a situation where Partey is a solid, steady Eddie behind there. And if Tomiyasu comes up instead of Ben White, you have that overlap from Tomiyasu. I could see it. You think we're going to concede 3 goals at the Emirates to Bournemouth? Impossibility. 1-0 to Dortmund. Great game. I don't know what you're talking about. If City beat Newcastle, the title race is on. We went the whole video not discussing the title race. Crazy. I'm just going to say this. If Newcastle beat Bournemouth, okay, if Newcastle beat Bournemouth, I'm going to buy one of those spicy chips and I'll eat it on stream. If Newcastle beat Bournemouth, Record this, clip this, save it anywhere, post it wherever you want. If Newcastle beat Bournemouth, I will take one of those spicy chips and I'll eat it on stream. That is how much I believe Newcastle are probably not going to beat Bournemouth. They'll probably take at best they could. I mean, Newcastle could beat Man City. At best, Newcastle could get a draw. At best, Newcastle could get a draw. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does happen and Newcastle beat City, I'm going to get that chip, the ghost chip, ready, and I'm going to eat it. I guarantee you. I'll have it. Guarantee. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. People saying, Myra saying, tune army. Tune army. You guys really want me to eat that chip, don't you? Listen, people talking about FPL. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like FPL, you can tune out right now. But I'm just gonna tell you guys, I have hit my FPL. I've done it for fantasy. I have absolutely done it. I've hit the wild card this week. I've hit the wild card. And just to end off the video, I'm just gonna say big up to everyone watching this whole video. Really do appreciate it. Just gonna show you guys my FPL team. This is my FPL team right here. I've hit the wild card and I've made a bunch of changes. I've gone triple Brentford, triple Brighton, triple Newcastle. I got Kane, Haaland, Odegaard, Saka, Gabriel. I got Sanchez, and I got Nick Pope. My team is ready for that double game week. As you guys can see, there is a situation. There's a situation where you're gonna have a little bit of a break ahead and just to deal with that, I have my team ready for that. And also, anyone who wants to know, I'm top 100K in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Top 100K in the world. But yeah, people, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to now just send you guys over to one of my guys. He's currently still live, right? He's still live right now. In Jamie, what do you call it? Jamie Phillips. I'm going to send you guys to Jamie Phillips' channel. Make sure you let him know. Eagle Gang is in the building. Make sure you let him know. Eagle, I'm sorry for later, bro. What'd you do now, bro? What'd you do now? Well done, Eagle. Impressive. Big up to you. Thank you. Eagle, you racist. Mo Salah on FPL. No Mo Salah. No Liverpool. Liverpool this season, you can't trust them. You can't trust Liverpool. Mo Salah got replaced with Bukayo Saka. How about that? Bukayo Saka replaced Mo Salah this season. Also, clip that. Bukayo Saka is the gunman now. People used to get Mo Salah in their fantasy team. Now people get Bukayo Saka. People used to say the best right winger in the Premier League was Mo Salah. The best right winger in the Premier League is Bukayo Saka. Let's go, people. I'm out of here. Have a good one. Peace.